We are continuing our live team coverage of the Amtrak CSX train crash on all of our digital platforms this afternoon. We've learned a lot of new information since we were with you in the last hour or so, including the president and CEO of Amtrak, Richard Anderson, is conducting a media conference call right now, talking with media really from all over the country. Our Dondi Mercer-Plank is on that call, and we'll have an update from that as soon as it ends. Yeah, it was certainly many details coming out of that conference call. A lot that the CEO cannot yet mention as the investigation is still in its early phases. NTSB expected to give an update at 4 o'clock this afternoon at the EMD headquarters in West Columbia, but that is where Chad Mills is standing by right now. And Chad, you had the opportunity to speak with a survivor, somebody who was on that train when it crashed this morning, killing 2 people and injuring 116 others in the middle of the night.
Greg, Matthew Cheeseman is a school superintendent from Northeast North Carolina. Last night, he, his wife, and his 9-year-old daughter boarded an Amtrak train in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Their destination, a very special one, Walt Disney World. They'd planned to vacation down there. And you can imagine what they were feeling last night aboard that Amtrak train headed down to Orlando and Disney World. You can particularly imagine what the 9-year-old daughter was feeling. Such a special trip they were in the process of taking and are still in the process of taking, closing their eyes, trying to get some rest before that trip. Now I want you to imagine something else. Imagine the jolt they felt around 2:30 this morning when their train, the Amtrak train, collided with that CSX train. Cheeseman tells me that passengers literally flew through the air of that train car. He suffered rug burn as he slid across it. He heard the sound of twisting metal. He saw stuff falling from the train's ceiling. A chaotic scene, a scene of carnage and violence outside of Pine Ridge, North Carolina. I want to play some of what he had to say just a short while ago.
Oh, we felt the impact. I can tell you that for certain. For certain. That thing threw us across the room like you would not believe. I've got rug burn on my back. I mean, it was that bad. Absolutely. The impact woke everybody up. I can certainly say that. And then the bouncing of the other cars and then the derailment of our own car. Absolutely. You could feel the impact.
Cheeseman tells me besides some cuts and bruises, he, his daughter, and his wife are doing okay. And the very good news that comes out of all of this, he is on I-95 southbound right now in a rental car, headed down to meet up with family for that Disney trip. So that is some very good news. But there was one big reason why he wanted to talk to me today, and that message, of course, is that law enforcement here in the Midlands, top-notch this morning, he said. He said, in fact, Sheriff Jay Kuhn of Lexington County himself escorted himself, his wife, and his 9-year-old daughter over to Pine Ridge Middle School to make sure they were warm, make sure they were all right after such a traumatizing morning. Greg.
Chad Mills reporting live for us. Excellent reporting, Chad.